Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be tackling this thing called Mumble Rap.
Okay.
And we're diving into this track by Nittoli.
All right.
Now, he's a rapper who clearly has some thoughts about mumble rap.
Oh, yeah.
We're actually going to use his song as a way to, understand the whole genre.
Cool.
It's almost like we're doing, a deep dive on a diss track.
Yeah. A musical deep dive into a diss track.
I like that.
It's pretty unique.
Yet it is. So, I think the best way to start is by actually hearing what he has to say about it.
Yeah? Makes sense.
So let's take a listen to this clip
Okay.
where he actually kind of defines mumble rap right off the bat.
Oh, cool.
Let's hear it.
All right.
Plays a short clip of Nittoli rapping.
I call it mumble rap. Can nobody hear me? You can't understand me, so go ahead and run it back. Ain't nobody know what the fuck I said, but I made 100 racks. So there you have it.
Wow.
I mean, he's not exactly mincing words.
No, he's not.
Uh-huh. But the irony is kind of amazing, right?
Right.
He's rapping about mumble rap in a way that's
Totally clear.
crystal clear.
More understandable.
Yeah. And he even points out, these artists, they might not be clear with their words,
Yeah.
but they're still making bank.
Making a lot of money. Yeah.
It's almost like he's setting up a challenge, right?
It is.
I can wrap circles around these guys.
Literally.
But,
Yeah.
there's something else going on here.
He's definitely positioning himself as the opposite of what he's attacking.
Exactly.
He is all about lyrical skill and complex rhyme schemes and
Circulation.
clarity.
And he does not let you forget it.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, he comes right out and says,
Yeah.
I mean, what's up with these rappers that don't even know how to rap?
Right.
And then there's that line about lyric-led decapitated.
Oh, yeah. That's intense.
Sucks. He's taking it to another
It's
level.
not just a critique.
No.
It's like a full-on battle rap approach.
It's a battle.
Yeah, he's trying to establish his dominance.
He's saying, I'm at the top.
And this new style is beneath me.
So we're seeing more than just a difference in style.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
almost like a generational clash.
There's a generational element for sure.
And that's what I think is super interesting about this whole thing.
Yeah. Tell me more about that.
Well, he's so focused on the words, the lyrical content.
Yeah, that's true.
But isn't there more to mumble rap than just the lyrics?
I think so, yeah.
Like the overall sound, the rhythm, all that.
Exactly.
That plays a huge role too,
Yeah.
right?
It does. It's all about the sound, the sonic texture.
Right.
It's as much about that as it is about the words themselves.
So it's like he's critiquing a painting just based on the colors,
Yeah.
but he's not looking at the brushstrokes, the composition,
The overall feeling.
the whole vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
We really haven't heard any mumble rap yet.
It's true.
It's all been Nittoli's take.
We need to hear it for ourselves.
Right. Maybe we need to actually experience it before we jump on any bandwagons.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think so too.
All right, so let's dive in. It's like he sees himself as this guardian of real hip hop battling against this new wave that's diluting it or something. He even uses religious language at one point.
Really?
He raps,
Okay.
I'm ready to save you. Yeah.
They
They bowing down like I was, they save you.
Oh, wow. You're right.
Yeah,
I totally missed that whole religious angle.
it's there.
That adds a whole other layer to his attack.
Definitely.
It's like he's on a mission from God to rescue hip hop
Right.
from these mumble rappers.
Exactly.
It makes me think about how every genre of music kind of goes through this rut.
Really?
This whole old school versus new school thing.
Mhm.
You think about rock and roll
Oh, yeah.
or when jazz started changing.
Absolutely.
There's always pushback.
From the older generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with Nittoli, it's not just the style of mumble rap.
Right.
It's the whole culture surrounding it.
Yes, he's going after the whole thing.
He's calling out drug use,
Uh-huh.
the focus on money and fame.
Yep.
He even mentions TikTok,
Oh, I know that line.
which I think is pretty telling.
Yeah. What do you make of that?
Well, he says, making these drug addicts famous. Hip hop, I don't do it for the TikTok.
Interesting.
It's like he's drawing a line in the sand.
Between what he sees as authentic hip-hop
Right.
and this commercialized social media version.
Exactly. And you hear this critique a lot these days.
Not just in hip-hop either.
Oh, yeah, across all genres.
It's everywhere.
This idea that the industry is more about hype and going viral
Right.
than actual talent.
Totally.
But is that really a fair assessment?
That's a good question.
I mean, haven't artists always been after fame and fortune
Yeah.
and drug use?
Oh, yeah.
That's been a part of hip-hop culture for decades.
Absolutely it has.
So it's a little,
Tricky.
yeah, a little complicated.
What's interesting to me, though,
Yeah.
is that Nittoli himself,
Uh-huh.
he brags about his own success in the song.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He talks about like 100 racks and having big stacks.
Exactly. So there's a little bit of a...
Contradiction.
Yeah, maybe it's not the subject matter itself, but the way it's presented.
Like, is it glorifying those things?
Or just reflecting reality.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's nuanced.
Yeah, it is.
It's a nuanced issue.
And it often gets lost in these kinds of debates.
People tend to make generalizations. But the truth is, it's more complex.
Right.
In the end, it comes down to the individual artists.
And their own expression.
Exactly.
You know, it's funny. We started out trying to understand mumble rap.
Right.
And now we're talking about the entire music industry.
That's how it goes sometimes.
That's the thing about music, though, right?
What is that?
It's like a window into our culture.
Totally.
A reflection of our values.
And our anxieties.
Wait, hold on a sec.
What's...
We've been talking about, like, Nittoli's definition of mumble rap.
Yeah.
His lyrical skills, his anger towards the style, his critiques of the culture.
Yeah.
But haven't we forgotten something?
Oh, you're right.
Something kind of crucial.
We haven't actually listened to any mumble rap yet.
Right.
We've been so focused on Nittoli.
I've gotten caught up in his perspective.
Yeah, we haven't actually heard the music.
It's like we've been reading a restaurant review without tasting the food.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
We've got the menu, but we haven't experienced the flavors.
So let's do that.
Okay.
Let's shift gears.
Let's dive into the sounds
The rhythms.
of mumble rap.
Yeah, we'll go beyond just the words.
Let the music speak for itself.
I'm excited.
Okay, so it's time to put our ears to the test.
Let's do it.
We spent a lot of time talking about mumble rap,
Yeah, we have.
but now it's time to actually hear it.
Right. Let the music speak for itself.
Exactly. So we're leaving Nittoli's critique behind for a bit. Okay.
And just diving into the sound.
Sounds good to me.
So what should we be listening for?
Well, I think
Like, what are the key elements of this sound?
instead of focusing on like crystal clear pronunciation, mumble rap prioritizes rhythm and flow.
Okay.
The words almost become another instrument,
Interesting.
blending with the beat,
Yeah.
creating a kind of hypnotic effect.
So it's kind of like in electronic music,
Yeah, exactly.
where vocals are more about the texture and the vibe
More about the feeling.
than an actual message.
Yeah, and just like in electronic music,
Okay.
there's a whole spectrum within mumble rap.
Okay.
Some artists really lean into those distorted, almost unintelligible vocals, while others maintain a degree of clarity,
Right.
but they still put the flow and cadence first.
So it's not just a one-size-fits-all kind of sound.
Definitely not.
There's variety within the genre
A
itself.
lot of variety.
I'm starting to think
Yeah.
that Nittoli's critique is a little too general.
I think it's easy to lump all mumble rappers together.
Right.
But just like with any genre,
Yeah.
there are innovators and imitators.
People pushing boundary.
And people following trends.
Right. And I imagine the production plays a big role too, right?
Yeah, huge role.
Like the beats themselves.
Absolutely crucial.
What about those?
The beats in mumble rap
Yeah.
often feature heavy bass, trap-inspired drums,
Oh.
and these atmospheric synths,
So it's music that's designed to be felt.
as much as heard.
More of a visceral experience.
Exactly.
You know, thinking back to Nittoli's focus on lyrics,
Yeah,
it's almost like he's coming from a different era.
I see what you mean.
Like maybe for his generation, wordplay was the most important thing. But for younger listeners,
Who grew up with electronic music.
yes, surrounded by sound manipulation.
This approach might feel more natural.
More expressive.
It's a different way of experiencing music.
And maybe Nittoli's just not getting that.
It's possible
He's so focused on the words themselves.
that he's missing the bigger picture.
The overall feeling.
The vibe,
Yeah.
the sonic tapestry.
I like the sonic tapestry.
It captures it perfectly.
Yeah, it really does.
It reminds us that music is constantly evolving.
What was once radical,
It becomes the norm.
and then something new comes along.
And the cycle continues?
So where does that leave us?
Well,
We started with a pretty harsh critique of mumble rap.
yeah, we did.
We explored Nittoli's perspective,
Dove into the history,
how genres evolve.
and we ended up in this sonic landscape.
That challenges our ideas about music.
It makes us think about what we truly value.
Yeah, like who gets to decide what's good music anyway?
Right. It's subjective.
Totally. So whether you love it or hate it,
Mumble rap is here to stay.
it's a reflection of our times.
A product of technology and culture.
Maybe instead of dismissing it,
We can approach it with curiosity.
open minds.
See what it has to teach us,
There's always something to be learned.
even from genres that we don't initially understand.